radical gratitude. No matter what happens, always be thankful. For this is God's will for you who belong to Christ Jesus. Radical gratitude. That word radical is synonymous with being comprehensive or something extensive across the board, profound even, major. That's the grammatical use of the word if it's an adjective. As a noun, a radical is a terrorist kind of anti-establishment person. But contextually in this title is used as an adjective to have some radical, some far-reaching, some wide-ranged, extensive, across the board, profound gratitude. Yes. And so the obvious response when reading this passage, when we hear Paul say to us, no matter what happens, always be thankful, for this is God's will for you. The obvious response is a question, and that's what? No matter what happens, always be thankful. What does Paul mean when he says, in everything, give thanks? To do this would certainly be an act of radical gratitude if we are to give thanks in everything. I mean, everything. So when you read it, you say, he could not possibly mean everything. I mean, maybe it's a typo. Maybe it should have read in most things, or in some things, or perhaps in a lot of things, however we want to twist and turn it. But this preacher, Paul, says that in everything, give thanks. So he couldn't have meant that. I mean, you bounce back to Paul, you say, I'm going through a difficult time right now. I'm trying to endure a difficult domestic situation. And I'm supposed to be thankful. I mean, I have a child that's involved in some risky behaviors that threaten their well-being and even their life. And you're saying I should be thankful? I mean, my test results are not favorable. And my chronic condition leaves me tired, weary, hurting, and depressed. And I'm supposed to be thankful? I just lost my job. Or my spouse was just let go from their job, and I'm supposed to be thankful? Now, I'm a child of God. I'm a Christian, but this is a bit much to ask of me. In everything, give thanks. I mean, how is possible? I'm only human. I'm a mere human being with feelings, with dreams, with aspirations that are being crushed and altered by the inherent changes of life. In everything, give thanks. Come on, Paul. To do what you're asking is for certain to possess some radical gratitude. Tell us, Paul. Talk to me. How? How can we do this? What is the key? Because apparently you have apprehended this. You told us in another text that you had not yet apprehended. But you apparently have apprehended this. So what is the key? What is the key to expressing radical gratitude? And so he said, well, to better understand it, this is what he told me. He said, if you want to really understand, preacher, this exhortation, the way to grasp it is to back into the text. I mean, you're reading it like you've been trained to read from left to right. But I need you to back into it and read it from right to left. And I said, okay. And so to read it from right to left, he said that we can exercise radical gratitude when we acknowledge God's sovereignty. Where did he say that? He said, for this is God's will for you who belong to Christ Jesus. In essence, he's saying that we have to look away from the present and then look toward the future. We have to look away from the physical and focus on the spiritual. We have to value the future over the present, because earthly sufferings are inconsequential to future reality. Oh, I like that. Yeah, right there. I see you write that one down, yeah. Earthly sufferings are inconsequential to future reality. Yeah, because in Corinthians he said, for we have, the New Century Version translation of this text says, we have small troubles for a while now, but they are helping us gain an eternal glory that is much greater than the trouble. Oh, you helping me now, Paul. See, the spiritual, there's my amen corner over there, yeah. The spiritual is greater than the physical. And so, because you have to think about it, because physically we age. And physically we have sickness. Physically we have aches and afflictions and disease and stress and strain. And so we have to focus on the spiritual, because the spiritual is greater than the physical. Paul said in 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, he says, our physical body is becoming older and weaker, but that contradicting contraction. But our spirit inside us is made new every day. Yeah. Our physical body is becoming weaker and older, but our spirit inside us is made new every day. Yes, as God's mercies are renewed every morning, our spirits ought to be renewed every day.